there's something extraordinary inside you. It's not something you need to buy, earn, or borrow. It has been with you since the beginning. A quiet, powerful force that most people spend their lives overlooking. You've carried this divine gift within you all along. But along the way, you simply forgot. Life has a way of burying our light beneath layers of noise, expectation, and fear. It convinces you to look outward for answers that have always lived within. But if you stay with this message until the end, you'll remember what was never truly lost. When you were young, you didn't doubt yourself. You were curious, alive, and full of imagination. You didn't overthink your worth or question every step. You lived through feeling, through wonder. But as time passed, the world began to shape you. You learned rules, absorbed fears, and picked up voices that told you who to be and what not to dream. Slowly, layer by layer, the gift inside you was covered. You didn't lose it. You just stopped listening. You started believing the world more than you believed your own soul. Carl Jung often spoke of this forgotten inner power, the self, the deeper intelligence that exists beyond your ego. It's not something mystical in the way people imagine. It's real. It's the source of your intuition, your creativity, your resilience. It's that silent knowing that emerges in moments of stillness. It's the voice that whispers when everything else is loud. And it's always there, waiting for you to remember. The truth is, life constantly tries to distract you from this power. It keeps you busy chasing validation, endlessly scrolling, comparing, doubting, running from silence, because silence is where the gift speaks. And if you never stop, you never hear it. Jung understood that the modern individual often feels empty because they've become strangers to their own soul. They chase everything but forget to turn inward. That's why, even when someone achieves what they thought would make them whole, they still feel a quiet ache inside. Because the gift isn't found in achievements, it's remembered in awareness. Imagine for a moment that you suddenly remembered how powerful you actually are. Not in a loud, arrogant way, but in a grounded, unshakable way. Imagine realizing that every answer you've been desperate to find was already inside you, patiently waiting. That's what happens when you reconnect with this inner source. You stop begging the world for permission to exist. You stop waiting for someone to choose you. You stop doubting every step you take. You begin to act from clarity, not fear. Throughout life, you've probably had brief glimpses of this gift. Those moments when inspiration hits you out of nowhere. When your intuition warns you about something before your mind can explain it. When you suddenly feel calm in chaos because something deep inside whispers, "You'll make it through." Those aren't accidents. That's the gift trying to speak. But because you've been trained to doubt what can't be measured, you've ignored it more times than you can count. Jung believed that forgetting this inner gift is part of the human journey. You were meant to go into the world, lose touch with yourself, and then find your way back. The forgetting is not failure. It's the setup for awakening. Without the darkness, you wouldn't recognize the light. Without silence, you wouldn't value the voice within. Your pain, confusion, and struggles are not proof that you're broken. They're proof that something deeper is calling for your attention. Think about the moments in your life when everything felt uncertain. Somehow, even in those times, something carried you through. A strength appeared that you didn't know you had. A way opened when everything seemed closed. That wasn't luck. That was your inner gift doing what it's always done, guiding you, even when you forgot to trust it. The world often teaches you to search for meaning in external things, in careers, relationships, possessions, or achievements. But true power emerges the moment you stop searching outward and start remembering inward. It's when you sit with yourself without distractions that you begin to hear the voice that has never stopped speaking. It's gentle, But once you notice it, you can't unhear it. When you remember this gift, your relationship with fear changes. You no longer let fear dictate your choices because you understand it's just noise layered over truth. You stop living like a leaf blown by the wind and start moving like a rooted tree, aware of storms, but not controlled by them. Life's challenges don't disappear, but your way of facing them transforms completely. There's a part of you that has always known what you're meant to do. It knows your path, even when your mind doubts. But every time you silenced your instincts to fit in, every time you ignored your intuition to avoid judgment, every time you chose comfort over growth, that part of you dimmed a little. Not because it was weak, but because you turned away. Yet no matter how many times you forget, it never abandons you. It waits patiently. This gift is like a light hidden beneath layers of dust. The dust can make you forget it's there, but one simple act of brushing it away reveals the brilliance that never faded. That act is awareness. It's choosing to turn inward again. It's deciding to trust the whisper more than the noise. You don't need anyone to give you what you already carry. You don't need a perfect moment to awaken it. The moment you decide to stop doubting yourself and start listening, the gift responds. Life begins to feel different, not because everything outside changes instantly, but because the way you see and move through it does. You start walking with clarity. You act with purpose. You create with confidence. Jung once said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." This is what he meant. As long as your eyes are fixed on the world to give you answers, you will keep dreaming someone else's dream. But the moment you turn inward, you wake up to your own power. You become the source instead of the seeker. This divine gift is not some rare power reserved for a few. It's your birthright. Every human carries it, but few remember. The world benefits from your forgetting because a person disconnected from their inner power is easier to control, easier to distract, easier to shape. But once you remember, you become untouchable in a quiet, graceful way. You don't need to shout your strength, it radiates. This isn't about becoming someone new, it's about remembering who you already are beneath the noise. You are not empty. You are not lost. You are not powerless. You've simply been distracted, and now you're being reminded. The journey back to this gift begins with small moments of stillness. Sit with yourself without judgment, without expectation. Ask yourself what your heart has been trying to say that your mind keeps interrupting. Listen, without needing to control. Trust the feeling that arises. It may be quiet at first, but it's real. And the more you listen, the louder it becomes. Life will still test you. The world will still challenge you. But once you remember what you carry inside, you face everything differently. Instead of reacting in fear, you respond with wisdom. Instead of chasing validation, you act from truth. Instead of constantly questioning your worth, you live it. Right now, this is your moment to pause and remember. The divine gift you've been searching for has never left you. It's been patiently waiting for you to look within again. The power you seek is already yours. All you have to do is awaken to it. If this message touched you, let it be the reminder you've been needing, and take the first step toward remembering who you truly are.